of immigration law, the Shadow Law offices are proud to support.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia, as we get you ready for USL soccer once again. For the third time this season, the Charlotte Indepedence and the Richmond Kickers are going to square off. They have split their first two decisions, Richmond winning at home 3-0, and then Charlotte winning at Charlotte 3-0. Mike Neville along with Mark Bushman. And Mark, the Charlotte Indepedence, looking at their stats, a very low-scoring team, but they're also a pretty decent defensive team.
Yeah, before we get talking about that, Mike, I want to say congratulations to you as a new grandpa.
Thank you.
Big event in the Neville household this week, so congratulations, my brother, on that one.
Thank you.
But yeah, back to the matter of hand. Yeah, Charlotte Independence, not a great offensive team, although Ryan Finley is a very, very good goal scorer, a very exciting player with 3 goals. They've only given up 11, so it's a lot of 1-0 and nothing type of games. Richmond scored a lot of goals. They've scored 13, given up a few more than I think Coach Lee Calishaw would like. But both teams, you know, the first game that was 3-0 Richmond, Lee Calishaw said could have been a draw or maybe even Charlotte winning. Then you go a couple weeks later, Charlotte wins 3-0, but Lee thinks, you know, that could have been gone the other way as well. So he thinks they're both really, really even teams, just kind of trying to find their role right now.
The Kickers come into today's contest with 19 points in the USL standings. That currently puts them third in the Eastern Conference. Meanwhile, Charlotte Independence just 9 points. This is only their 9th game of the season for the Charlotte Independence. The starting lineup for the Independence this afternoon, in goal for the first time this season, is Michael Lish. He'll be the goalkeeper. A defender is number 2, Jerome Meshak. Also starting on the defense, and you'd say this guy's a tall target on set pieces like corner kicks. We're talking about Patrick Slojic.
He's got 2 goals on the season,
Andrew Ribeiro also starting today in the midfield, number 6. Number 9, Ryan Finley, we mentioned the leading scorer for Charlotte. Jorge Herrera also starting, very good at distributing the ball. Jack Thompson also gets a start today for Charlotte. Ben Noonan is also starting on defense. Belial Duckett also starting on defense for Charlotte. Also, Alex Martinez will start in the midfield, number 23. And number 57, Carlos Alvarez will start as well in the midfield for Charlotte. And for the kicker starting lineup, Mr. Bushman?
It's going to be a familiar 4-4-2 lineup. We got Ryan Taylor in goal, back from that amazing penalty kick stops that he had last week. In defense is going to be the Mr. William Yombi, Stephen Basso, Braden Schroyer, who again just gets better and better every game. He really does. And Hugh Roberts is starting to really find his form as well. In the midfield is going to be Samuel Asante, George Davis the fourth, Brian Ownby. We were a little worried about Brian because he picked up a knock last week and came out in the first half. Lee Kalishaw said it was just he was feeling some tightness. They didn't want to mess with it because they have so many games coming up right now. So Ownby's in there, as well as Fred Owusu-Sakiri out there. And then up top, the two big guys, Jason Yeisley and Matt Delicate.
And that's your starting lineup for the Richmond Kickers. Again, this is the third of 4 meetings this season between the Kickers and the Charlotte Indepedence. These two teams will meet again later on this month on June 26 in Charlotte. Right now, we are going to have our national anthem as we get you ready for the opening kickoff this afternoon.
Would you all please rise and remain happy for the performance of our national anthem to be sung today by Lady Jew.
And a nice rendition of our national anthem for you this afternoon. A rare Sunday afternoon tilt here at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. Glad you're along with us as we get you ready for the Richmond Kickers and the Charlotte Indepedence. And looking at the Eastern Conference standings and looking at the goals for, Richmond is the third highest scoring team in the Eastern Conference with those 19 goals that they have scored. They have given up 13 goals, but they have certainly had some offense. In fact, Mark, they come in with a 2-game winning streak. They've won 3 out of their last 4. That includes 2 U.S. Open Cup contests. And in those the last few games, they've had 10 of those 19 goals that they've scored. So this is a team, the Richmond Kickers, kind of starting to see their get their rhythm a little bit.
Well, the lineup's been changing a little bit the last several games because you have guys on loan from DC United, some guys that have been injured coming into the lineup now. So Lee's starting to find a little bit more of a steady rhythm as far as getting his basic starting 11 together. This is like probably only the second or third time that he's basically started the same 11.
Right.
And I think that helps a lot. But yeah, offensively, Richmond is going to create lots and lots of chances. Even in the 2 games that they lost lost the home game to Pittsburgh and the road loss to Charlotte we talked about earlier, it wasn't from a lack of scoring chances. They had all kinds of them. They just weren't able to put them away. Like I said, defensively, probably wants to tighten up a little bit. You've got the good defenders back then. You've had great goalkeeping, quite honestly. You've given up 13 goals, but all the goalkeepers have played well for Richmond. So it's just a matter of, like I said, starting to find that rhythm. And Charlotte is starting to do the same thing. They've looked a lot better the last few weeks.
And Ryan Taylor will make his 5th start in goal this season for Richmond. In those 5 games, he has posted a record of 2-0-2, and he's also had a shutout, which was not the last game, but he, of course, has played very well in goal for Richmond. And, of course, 3 tremendous saves after he stopped an original penalty kick last week, the first penalty kick, and then 2 more point-blank shots. And that really was the turning point of the game, because I believe it was 1-0, if I'm not mistaken, at that point. Richmond on top. They went on to the victory. I believe 4-2 was the final in that one, but that I thought was the turning point of the contest. Yeah, well,
it was a big a YouTube clip for the week. A couple different people put some stuff together, so there was a lot of Mike Neville and Mark Bushman going, another save, another save. So, that was some highlight reel stuff. And Taylor's a great shot stopper. Like I said, we've known him for several years here, so that's good. But then, like I said, you've got Travis War on loan from DC United that stepped in when they needed to. So Richmond's got a depth pretty much at every position, and they're starting to show that now.
And, by the way, Mark was talking about, you can see a lot of the highlights after the games. Patrick Wood does a great job of putting together the highlight package for you if you get a chance to see it on their Facebook page. It's really some good stuff. Our center referee this afternoon is Mark Gorak. The assistant referees are Jeffrey Skinker and Mike D'Angelo. And our 4th official is Chris Sheave. So that's the officiating crew for this afternoon's matchup. Overcast, but I don't want to even predict the weather, because as soon as I say we're not going to get rain, we're going to get dumped on, and I hope not, because we have no tent.
I don't know what Patrick Wood did with the tent. But,
but we're underway as Richmond had the opening kickoff, and not a bad crowd for a Sunday afternoon here at City Stadium.
They're still filing in. The Red Army is on their way.
Yep, exactly. So now Charlotte came up with the turnover, and Herrera knocked it out of play.
Herrera's one of those guys that he's just been a thorn in Richmond's side for so long. He's a really, really good player. He and Finley, I think, are going to give Richmond a lot of difficulty up at the during the game. We've already got a player down. It doesn't look good.
And that's a Richmond player. Might be Owusu. Or is it I'm pretty sure it's it is.
Yeah, it looks like Owusu.
I'm not sure what happened. I was following the ball. So Owusu is down. So hopefully he'll be okay. Just underway here at City Stadium.
That is ingenious right there.
That's why we pay him the big bucks, folks. So Owusu.
People at home are wondering what?
Yeah, Owusu is up, so that's good news there. But again, I did not see what happened. He's over on the sidelines. Trainer is checking him out.
Yeah, I didn't see any contact. That's what scares you.
Right.
Non-contact injuries. Our buddy Chaz has decided to join us. Our spotter here gives us some great information during the game. Welcome, Chaz, back.
Just completed his freshman year at Oklahoma State. And there's Lish with the kick. Again, Lish making his season debut for Charlotte in goal for the Indepedence. And that ball's played through, and Ryan Taylor will scoot over and handle it outside the box for Richmond. Just underway here at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia, as the Kickers are going for their 3rd straight victory. And again, that includes 2 U.S. Open Cup wins that I talked about earlier. And of course, speaking of the U.S. Open Cup, the Columbus Crew of Major League Soccer. Yaisley chipped that over and in. The ball was played back to Lish, and Yaisley was able to read it and chip it over the goalkeeper.
Well, I can honestly say I haven't seen that in a while.
Well, we talked about Lish being his first game. A little miscommunication, Mark, between him and the defender.
Well, the defender was saying that Yaisley pushed him out of the way, and even if he did, you on the play, and that's what happened.
Right.
The defenders just stop. You got to help your goalkeeper out a little bit. Don't make him have to make a big save that early in the game. Nobody helped him out at all. They kind of left him hung out to dry.
That's Yaisley's 4th goal of the season, and now they're still complaining to the assistant referee. So Jason Yaisley with his 4th goal of the season, and that ties him with Brian Ownby and George Davis, the 4th. They're 1 goal behind the fountain of youth, Matthew Delicott, who has 5 goals to lead the way for the Richmond Kickers. But that was a very strange goal.
That really was, Mike.
Well, you like fast starts, and that's what Richmond is out to. As that occurred, I believe, in the third, maybe the second or third minute.
Yeah, it was the early third minute.
We got a whistle and a foul. So Charlotte finds themselves down 1-0. Nice to see Owusu back in the contest now after down on the pitch for a while.
All the big bodies are in there for Richmond. So you know there's going to be an in-swinging ball, looks like.
So here's Owusu. And he puts it into the box, and Lish came back and he punched at it and got it. So Lish was able to punch it away. And ball is now controlled by Charlotte. That was number 23 that plays it forward, Martinez. And it'll be a throw in for the Kickers.
Now what's going on right now is number 23, Alex Martinez. He came over after the goal to scream at the associate lineman, the AR over here.
Yep.
He immediately after the kickoff went and fouled Yeisley. He just committed another foul and kicked the ball in his stance. Martinez has got to get his head in the game. He's going to find himself with an early yellow, maybe put Charlotte in even a bigger hole. Martinez is one of their leaders out there. He's got to kind of get it together.
Speaking of yellows, Mark, I believe Owusu, I believe, is dangerously. He cannot pick up any plastic today, or else he will miss the next game. Correct?
As I understand, yes. If I read it correctly, yes. That doesn't surprise me. Fred seems to be in a lot of things. It's the nature of that position.
Yeah, exactly.
And he just does so great at it.
Trying to settle the ball. The ball is headed forward, and the ball is played ahead. And now a little miscommunication there as Jambi was able to clear it forward to George Davis IV.
Must be something in the water. The center backs and the goalkeepers aren't communicating today.
Here comes Asante. And Asante is down, no call, as he collided with number 4, Slojic. By the way, injury notes, Imura is still out. I saw him sitting over on while the teams were warming up, and so he is out once again.
Yeah, I talked to Lee Kalishaw about that right before the game, and he said it's going to be a couple more weeks at least before we see him more. He's another player that just brings a lot of really good on-the-ball presence, some really good knifing runs, so they do miss him. And again, it gets back to that whole, Richmond depth again.
Yep.
And this is a very solid 11 for them with no DC United reserves. Got some other guys injured, so.
Here comes Ownby. And Brian Ownby on the run. Look at the speed of Brian Ownby. And a shot, and Lish has to get the paw out and save that. How about the speed of Brian Ownby? And like I say, Mark was talking about in the pregame, precautionary measures with him last week because we really thought it was a serious. Nope, Martinez.
There it is.
Alex Martinez.
Yeah, I said about Martinez, need to calm him down. And then, of course, Asante is not going to be happy about that, so he's going to retaliate. I wouldn't be surprised. I think both players probably need to get yellows here.
Yeah. So Alex Martinez, who was upset about that first goal. And now the captains are Herrera, and they're going to talk to several players here. And the yellow is displayed to Martinez and to Asante.
I think he had a choice really there.
And they're still jawing one another.
Well, I think if Asante had just not retaliated, I think it would have been okay. But Asante pushed back, and you have to. That's good. That's good officiating. Get them both under control. Hey, the guys, we're not dealing with this today.
That's our center referee, Mark Gorak, who is trying to control the peace. So it's a free kick for Richmond. They're up 1-0.
7 minutes into the game, he's already had a long day.
He's probably saying, "What did I sign up for?" Now, I think he's a veteran referee. He knows what he signed. Oh boy, that forced Lish to tip that over the crossbar. Wow. I'm not sure if the wind grabbed a hold because it is a little breezy, but that was a heck of an effort by Owusu. And I think it took Lish by surprise. I think he was expecting one mark to maybe be dropped in the 6-8 yard mark, and all of a sudden that ball just took off.
Well, just heads up play from Fred. I think he saw Lish probably out near the 6 yard box, tried to loft it over him. Heads up play.
And Owusu now will handle the corner kick, the first corner kick of the day for either team. And ball's punched up in the air, and we got a whistle and a foul. I believe Jambi was interfering with Lish.
Anxious moments for Lish here in the first 8 minutes. Already given up a goal. It wasn't directly. It was not really his fault. I think it was the defender's stopped on the play there.
Welcome to your first game, Mr.
Yeah.
Lish. 1-0 Richmond on top with that early goal from Jason Yeisley, his 4th of the season. They have been getting great contributions from the big three, Yeisley, Delicott, and George Davis IV. They're actually big four because throw Brian Ownby's name into that mix as well. And the ball's played forward, and Slojic played it ahead. Owusu got a head on it. Now Alvarez plays it, trying to get it to feet. Now they do. Good job by Owusu to settle that down and find Troyer. Yeah, I think the wind's helping some long passes. He tried to go over the top that time and put a little bit too much mustard on it. And back comes Charlotte. As possession belongs to number 2 for a moment. That is Mechak. And here comes Alvarez, dropping it off. Gets a return pass. Alvarez being watched by George Davis IV. Flies a pass over on the near side. Ball controlled by Charlotte. Dropped off to Martinez. Good job by stepping through there by Yambi. Yeisley now flicks it forward. And that ball will slide over the sideline for a throw-in for Charlotte. That was a nice job by Yambi a moment ago. He read the pass and stepped in front and thwarted that effort from Charlotte. Here's Owusu, and he's being mugged. Oh,
foul on Owusu.
Wow. I thought Herrera pushed him down, and Lee Collishaw is up off the Richmond bench. I didn't see that. So free kick for...
Once again, Fred is slow to get up. He's taken a couple of knocks so far.
Yeah, he has.
Got to wonder how long he's going to be able to stay if we're only 10 minutes into the ball game.
That's adding insult to injury right there. He goes down and then he gets whistled for the foul. So here's Herrera. This free kick from about 30 yards or so. And Herrera puts it into the box, headed away. I believe it was Roberts, settled by Alvarez. Alvarez trying to tee up the left foot, now drops it off. Here's a pass into the box. Some anxious moments here. And a shot that's blocked away. And Troyer got a foot on it. And now the ball is headed over to number 11, Thompson. And he lost possession.
Good sequence there from Charlotte.
Ownby's first touch eluded him.
Yeah.
And now
still not able to clear.
Yeah. Here's Martinez. Ownby watching him. Down goes Martinez, no whistle. Here's Slojic. He plays it off to number 13, Noonan. Here's the ball played now. Charlotte in possession. Good job by Roberts to read that pass, but his ball
there from Martinez.
Here's Alvarez with the cross. And the header. Screaming for a handball is Herrera, and their flag is up. The assistant referee. So let's see what the discussion.
Penalty kick?
Yep, it is.
Yep, it is a penalty kick.
I'm not sure who they got. Hey, folks, have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Well, when you do, that's when you can get the latest news and live stats, and you can check out the new social media hub. Again, that's USLsoccer.com for all the latest news and live stats. Check it out today.
Mike, I don't think I've ever seen this before. Herrera and Finley were actually fighting over who's going to take the penalty kicks, literally screaming at each other. Herrera looks over to the bench, and the coach tells Herrera to take it. Finley is really not happy. I don't know that I've ever seen that. I mean, I've seen guys argue, but they were like pushing at each other.
So here's Herrera trying to convert.
We know what Taylor did last week.
Yep. Herrera approaches. Hits it off the post. Off the post. So Herrera bots the play, the penalty kick opportunity, but Charlotte maintains possession. And it remains 1-0. George Davis IV, nice job of anticipating. Here's Asante trying to get the counter going. Good job of Owusu to keep that ball moving.
Yeah, Richmond needs to hold the ball for a minute or two, give the defense some rest. Kind of looked out of sorts the last couple of minutes.
That ball was headed away that time by number 15, Duckett. He's been a veteran of the USL play. And Slojic, his clear's pass attempt went off of George Davis IV.
Hey, do you think Finley takes the next penalty kick? Whenever that may be.
I don't know, but I'd like to see the argument again. I'll tell you, that was
pretty heated.
Here's Ribeiro sending it over and over the head of his intended target. Throw in for the Kickers. They lead at 1-0. They got a goal in about the 3rd minute off a weird sequence as Jason Yeisley was able to score.
Mike, the first 14 minutes have been weird.
Yes, it has. Maybe it's because it's a Sunday afternoon.
It's a Sunday afternoon and we have no tent. Nothing is shielding us from the elements.
So here comes Charlotte, which means my bald spot is going to get very red. Here's Slojic playing it back now. Well played on the nice ball. That was laid out there beautifully over the top. Here's the cross.
Good ball.
And Troyer is able to head that one away. Adjusted down by Alvarez. Tried to slide up ahead. There's Herrera. He turned and shot, but Ryan Taylor stuffed that one. Good effort by Herrera, but an even better play by Taylor to be in perfect position. Going over the top, the long ball, and running in. Oh! Yeisley had Lish coming out of goal. He had a wide open goal yawning at him, and he headed it just wide.
If you're the goalkeeper, that's such a tough ball. Does he come out all the way? And if he does, he risks a huge collision with Yeisley, but if he stays, Yeisley wins. I mean, that's a really tough call. That could easily have been 2-0. That didn't miss by much, Mike.
What's the old saying? He who hesitates is lost. I think Mr. Lish was lost. But again, it's not his. I mean, it's just a tough. You've got to make
great ball. It was a great ball from Davis.
Yeah. And in defense, because I'm an old goaltender from back when they had wagons and horses. But you got to make that decision very quickly.
Yes.
So here's Lish trying to hook up with Slojic. And George Davis IV off to Troyer. I'm with you, Mark. I think Richmond's got to do a little bit better of possessing the ball. There's a nice sequence here. Yep, here's Troyer with a nice overlap.
He's got bodies up there.
Fakes the cross. Rolled beautiful ball to Ownby. Ownby tried to get across, and now it's going to be a corner kick for Richmond, their second of the day. That was good stuff.
Hey, with Richmond scoring inside the first 10 minutes, everybody gets pizza. I just realized that.
Okay.
Everybody's at home going, what are you guys talking about?
Why am I not surprised that you would know something about food?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks,
man.
I appreciate that. You're going to miss me.
So here's the corner kick. Hey, fans, don't forget U.S. Open Cup's coming up on Wednesday, the 17th. Columbus Crew from Major League Soccer will be here at City Stadium. Come on out and support the Kickers. And the flag went up right away.
It went out immediately, curved its way back in.
Fans, become a fan on of the USL, I should say, on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Social media with USL Soccer on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content.
Yeah, like I said, Mike, kind of a crazy first 16, 17 minutes here. Richmond had to play for the first couple minutes, and then Charlotte kind of ran it for a few minutes. It's kind of just been crazy hectic. No real rhythm to it yet.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way of putting it. Here comes an opportunity for Finley. He drops it off now. Alvarez. And he lost possession. Mark, we jokingly said, is it because maybe it's a Sunday game? But I wonder if there's not some truth to that. And Delicott was in a foot race that time, and it's knocked out of play by Duckett.
Well, how many times did you have to tell me we were playing on a Sunday instead of a Saturday?
Yeah. Because
you get into that rhythm.
Exactly. You get into a routine and a rhythm, and it does throw throw it off a little bit. So folks are going ahead and going, yeah, right. But if you're an athlete, you're used to a set, whether you're on the road, if you're playing a Saturday night on the road or at home, you're used to a certain routine that you get into, and here they throw a Sunday game at you, and it's like, whoa. I got to admit, being home yesterday, Saturday, at home, I'm going, I should be at the stadium. What am I, We are glad you're along with us for USL Soccer. Mike Neville and Mark Bushman, and another great production crew along with you. We got Dave, we've got Joey, of course, and we've got Tim under the fine direction of Mike. I'll tell you, it's great to have these guys. They do such a wonderful job, and we appreciate them making us look good. All we got to do is talk. We're good at that.
We are very good at that.
Here's Lish with the kick. That ball's headed by, I believe, Basso. And Herrera trying to settle the ball. And finally it does get to feet. Played back. There's a turnover. Yeisley pounces on that at midfield. Yeisley still going. Fakes a cross. Oh, nice job by George Davis, the fourth, to run onto that ball. Trying to get around Duckett. Plays it back now to Asante. And he rolls it back to Owusu, now over to Hugh Roberts. Roberts with some time. Tried to go over the top and headed away. And now again, Richmond doing a nice job here with possession.
Well, having Yeisley and Deli up there for Richmond, that's what's been causing problems for Lish is, a lot of the things that are going up over the top. He's having a hard time judging those. So Richmond should just keep throwing those in there and see what happens.
The ball is cleared away, and Roberts headed it right to Herrera. He tried to spring Finley, but Yambi read that. Here's Yambi off to Troyer. Troyer touching it now to Ownby. Troyer making the overlap. The beautiful ball delivered by Owusu. And that ball is going to stay in play. Now it'll be a throw. And good hustle that time.
It's a really nice play to avoid the corner there from Jerome.
Yep. So Jerome, I actually have been calling him by his first name, which is his first name is Mechak, and his last name is Jerome. Thank you for correcting me.
Hey, every once in a while.
So a throw in for Richmond. They lead at 1-0. Waiting this long throw in from Yeisley. And Deli got a head on it. Yambi got it. Oh, and Lish has to make a diving stop. I believe it might have been Roberts.
Yeah, it was.
It was Roberts, not Yambi, but good stuff from Richmond. Again, Lish has to be sharp. In goal for Charlotte.
Yep. I said, what Richmond's going to keep, they're just going to keep doing that. Good composure from Lish there to read that well.
There's the ball played ahead for Charlotte on the far side. Good cut there. Ball put in. Herrera dropped it back as ball's tracked down now by Thompson. Headed away. And now Ownby. Lost possession. Here's the ball played over to Jerome. Jerome now to Slojic. Good quick one-touch pass ahead. And Troyer defended that well. Here's George Davis the fourth. He'll use Troyer. And he'll play it to Yeisley.
Smart ball.
Yep. Here's Owusu. Yeisley's on the run. Yeisley trying to track that long ball down. And gets around the defender. Yeisley at the end line. Cross. And an easy tap-in goal for Deli.
Wow.
His sixth of the year from Yeisley. And just like that, Richmond is on top 2-0.
Well, it was a great play there in the center of the midfield with a nice little play between Davis and Owusu, knocking the ball around. Yeisley winning in the corner here over Jerome, winning that ball there. Jerome looked for the tackle, tried to get it out of play at least, and Yeisley was able to hold on to it and basically just walk it in. They had to draw the defender over to him, leaving Deli wide open there.
So Deli with his team-high 6th goal of the season. And just like that, Richmond on top 2-0. Hey, folks, don't forget, follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider. Join club conversations and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. Again, that's follow at USL on Twitter.
Yeah, looking at the replay there, Yeisley was basically able to walk this all the way into the penalty box, and the defender had no choice but to come over and get Yeisley, which left Deli wide open in the middle there. Nothing Lish could do about that. Nothing anybody could do about that.
Right. That's much like the goal that Ownby set up a couple of weeks ago. Remember, Mark, when they was able to get around the tackle attempt?
Yes, sir.
And go to the end line and basically put I'm not sure who, maybe it was Deli that might have finished that one too, but much like that play. And here's a steal. Yeisley picked the pocket that time with Duckett, I believe. So 2-0 Richmond. Here's Yambi. And he plays it out of play. One thing I did want to mention about Yeisley that I think I've noticed this season with Jason Yeisley is I think he is, I don't know if he's worked on it in the offseason, Mark, but he seems like he's a much better with the ball as far as creating plays, and his touch is a little bit better in holding the ball as well.
Yes.
Like I say, I'm not sure if that's something he worked on, but, it's tough for a big guy because he is one of those big targets, like you mentioned. But a lot of times those guys do not have the skill to be good possession players like an Ownby or a Owusu. But, I think he's really worked on that this year.
Yeah, well, like I said, normally a target player, he's great with his back to the goal. He's great with those flick-on headers. But what we've seen a couple times already is that he's able to turn and run at guys as well. I mean, he's a two-pronged attack by himself.
I like that.
I just made that up.
It was good.
But no, I think Yeisley, to be honest with you, I think Yeisley might be the most improved player I've seen this year on this Richmond team.
And remember the struggles he had last year with the concussion, and it's good to see him back. Right now, Richmond enjoying a 2-0 lead. Yeah, it's Asante. Oh, nice job. He played that off of the Charlotte player. I believe it was Martinez, and it'll be a goal kick now for the Kickers. So Ryan Taylor will tee it up. The Kickers on top 2-0. Kickers now with 21 goals on the season. And that would now push them into the second spot as far as goals scored in the Eastern Conference. And there's a foul on Delhi.
Yeah, still the highest scoring team in the league is Pittsburgh with 26 goals.
Yeah.
They're just lighting the lamp left and right. The problem is they can't
Yeah.
keep the other team out.
They only have a +5 ratio as far as goals for and goals against. That was the problem for the Anaheim Ducks, I think, in the NHL. Bruce Boudreau's club. They could score a lot, but they also gave up a lot of goals.
Good play from Troyer again.
Good decision by Troyer to win that ball. Here's Ownby. Weaves his way out of pressure, drops it off to Troyer. And him and Ownby play a little pass back and forth. Here's the ball. And Yeisley. So Yeisley with a goal and an assist in today's contest. Slojic won that 50-50 ball.
I think he's probably an early candidate for man of the match.
Yeah. Troyer takes a bump. Good sportsmanship there shown from Alvarez. Had a little accidental bump with Troyer. And
it gets a little, the real estate's really kind of tight there along the sidelines between the signage boards and everything.
It really is. Martinez plays it back now off to Jerome. Off to Duckett. And Charlotte tries to gain a little possession here and regroup down 2-0. And ball played ahead for Finley. Or excuse me, Herrera. And Herrera's cross. And Troyer was able to get ahead on that. Now the ball played off to number 6, Ribeiro. And Yeisley stepped in front of that return pass for Ribeiro. Owusu, good job. Almost sprung Asante. Here's Herrera. In a collision with Owusu. And now Ribeiro tracks it down for Charlotte. Off to Duckett. Here's Jerome. There's Charlotte again, maintaining possession. Here's Slojic. Now the ball played off to Martinez. Martinez.
That's good stuff from Charlotte right here.
Here's
looking
Herrera.
for the return pass.
Good job by Basso to read that and step in front of the pass. Here's Slojic. Good possession here by Charlotte. As you mentioned, Mark, they are doing a nice job.
That's what they need. Try to get into a rhythm.
Yep.
There's all kinds of time. Got 60-plus minutes to get 2 goals. It can be done.
And the ball tracked down now by George Davis IV. Throw in for Charlotte. Charlotte Indepedence. That cross just missed hooking up with Finley. Ball chested down. And Slojic, and there's a foul. I believe they called it on Slojic. He was just trying to make a diving header. I wasn't sure about that, but Richmond will get the free kick.
Well, he didn't argue.
No.
So I guess he realized he might have done something.
That was good stuff, though, from the Independents. And Taylor hits the free kick. And ball, George Davis IV trying to track it down and will keep it in play. Here's Owusu. Oh, nice job of spinning out of trouble. Owusu still dancing with it. And lost possession momentarily, but it squirts free to Ownby. He's got Troyer on the overlap, finds him. And Troyer's cross into the box. Oh, Lish got a piece of, a follow-up shot was blocked. Deli was bidding for it. There's a turnover in the box. Yeisley shot and Lish smothered that. Boy, oh boy. And Lish now is going to say, I'm going to take a break here.
Yeisley's looking at a 10-point performance at this rate.
Unbelievable. Good stuff from Lish on that.
He has to because his defense has really let him down
Yeah.
on a couple of these sequences here.
So Lish will kick it away.
It just seems like anytime there's a lofted ball into the penalty box, penalty area, Mike, that Charlotte just seems to not know what to do with it.
Here's Asante. Here's Troyer. He's the one who had a moment ago, had that nice cross into the box. There's a over the top for Ownby, and Lish comes off his line and smothers that and gets a quick restart going to Slojic. Pass now as it's dropped back to Martinez. Martinez at midfield for Charlotte. They're down 2-0. Ball played forward, and Troyer is whistled for a foul as Alvarez hit the deck. So free kick for the Independence. Possession for Ribeiro. Off now to Martinez. Martinez rolls it off to Herrera. And that ball will be over the end line for a goal kick. You know, Nike is a proud partner of the USL. You can follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter. That's where you can get all the latest Nike Soccer information. Again, that's Nike Soccer on Twitter for all your latest Nike Soccer info. Here's Ryan Taylor lining up the goal kick. Ball flicked ahead to Yeisley.
Good win from Deli on that.
Lays it off to George Davis IV, and Jerome stepped in front of Yeisley. The flag was up, I believe, offsides. Eastern Conference standings, the Rochester Rhinos lead with 25 points. They are 7-0-4. They don't score much. They've only scored 14 goals, but they've been stingy defensively, giving up just 4. Wow.
That is amazing.
Who would, you know, the Kickers have outscored them, counting today's goals, Mark, by 7 goals. And they trail them in the standings by 6 points. I don't get it. Charleston Battery.
You go with what works, Mike.
That's right. Charleston Battery is the next opponent for Richmond. They'll play at Charleston on Wednesday, June the 10th. That is this coming Wednesday.
That'll be a very good game.
That's a big one because right now Charleston has second place in the Eastern Conference with 23 points. The Kickers are third with 19 entering this afternoon's contest with Charlotte. That'll be a big one, and that's, of course, when we had them here, that I believe at that time they were both unbeaten in league play. That's a great rivalry in the USL. Here's Asante trying to weave his way out of trouble. He finds Yambi, and Yambi will play it all the way back to his goalkeeper, Ryan Taylor. Taylor hammers that one, and it'll be settled on the far side. Now played back to Lish in goal. He gets a challenge from Deli. And Yambi heads it over to Owusu. And Slojic now looks like he'll play it back to his goalkeeper, Lish. The ball's played right to Owusu.
Good first touch there.
Yep. There's Asante, and Asante is whistled for the foul as Martinez went down. Quick restart with Martinez being tracked down by, and Asante is going to, and yet, ooh.
And that's a silly play from Asante. It really is. He was upset that he didn't get called for the foul on the other end, and he goes and does something like that. He's lucky. He got a verbal. Yeah. I thought he was going to see plastic, to be honest with you, Mike.
I did too.
Don't need something like that. You're in control of the game, 2-0. Don't give Charlotte any reason.
Right.
Or give the official any reason to book you.
Yeah. He's got to be very careful these next few minutes now. Actually, the rest of the match probably.
Yeah.
So here's Herrera. With Richmond leading it 2-0 here as we wind down this first half. Herrera hooking one into the box, and Taylor grabbed that on the fly. Good decision by the young man. Again, the next home game for the Richmond Kickers will be on Wednesday, June 17th. That's the U.S. Open Cup's 4th round, I believe.
Yes, it is.
As the Columbus Crew, the Major League Soccer, will be in town. Expecting a big crowd for that one.
Got some big games coming up for Richmond.
Yeah.
West Brom on July 19th.
Yep,
That'll be
exactly.
a great game.
Yep.
Columbus, if they beat Columbus, then we don't know what's going to happen
Right,
in the Open
right.
Cup. Nobody knows because they're not doing the draw until the next day. So we don't know if Richmond would play at home or on the road.
Right.
But lots and lots of home games for Richmond over the next several weeks.
You want to make sure you get out here to City Stadium if you can't get out for the U.S. Open Cup game on the 17th. The Kickers will be at home on the 20th, taking on Wilmington, and that's their last home game, Mark, until the 19th, July 19th, when they take on West Brom.
It was nice knowing you.
Throw in for Troyer and the Kickers. Got a second soccer ball out on the field.
All the grassroots players and YMCA halftime participants, come on down to the field level in an opening at Section H. We'll get you ready for your halftime game. All the soccer players and YMCA.
I feel bad for the ball kids because they don't know what they're supposed to do
Right,
in these situations.
yeah.
I never knew.
Exactly.
Do we go get it? Do we get yelled at?
So here's the restart with Jerome playing it over to Duckett, with Charlotte trailing 2-0. Here's Duckett near midfield. Ball tapped forward. Played back to Duckett. Looking for Slojic. Good job of chesting that down. Ownby trying to bug him, and he did. There's Jerome with it at midfield. Off now to Thompson. And Charlotte with some possession here. And that ball sailed over the head of number 13, Newnham. So throw in for the Richmond Kickers. The Kickers on top 2-0. Goals from Jason Yeisley, his 4th of the season. And Matthew Delicott with his team leading 6th of the season. Yeisley picking up an assist. Ooh, clearly horse collared there.
Nicely was off to the races on that.
Sets up a free kick for Richmond.
And the yellow card is displayed to Jerome.
Jerome's having a really rough first half, Mike.
For the Independence, number 2.
I don't think he could argue too much about that one. He clearly stuck the
you
arm
see
out.
Yeisley in his nightmares, though, I'll tell you.
That's a 15-yard penalty in football.
Yeah, Yeisley was off to the races on that one.
Yeah.
He was in on goal.
So let's see what Owusu does with this free kick.
Last time he lofted it in there and made the Lish come up with a save.
Yep.
So this will be interesting.
And Owusu hits it again, and Lish comes off his line to grab that on the fly. Two 2-0 from City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. Glad you're along with us. Mike Neville and Mark Bushman and our terrific production crew. Kickers looking for their 3rd straight win. And Owusu drives that one down the sideline, and Duckett headed it out of play. Good pressure that time from Delhi, forced him to knock it out of play. Throw in for George Davis, the 4th. No, he's gonna throw it in. Here's Basso. Off to Roberts.
I think that's only the 2nd or 3rd time we've even mentioned Basso. Hasn't really had to do a whole lot.
There's Troyer. Oh, tried to give a little give and go to Ownby, but Slojic read that. Here's the ball played to Herrera at midfield. And Yambi. Good recovery by Yambi.
Yeah.
Here's Delhi flicking it ahead for Yeisley. And stabbing at that was Jerome, and he's fortunate he was able to get a piece of that because Yeisley thought he was in on goal again. Here's Ribeiro. Off to Duckett. Duckett plays it ahead for Herrera. And his first touch eluded him, but it will be a throw in for Charlotte. Herrera was kind of fortunate that that went off a Richmond player, I think. Here's Finley. Crossing attempt that time from Noonan. Here's Troyer. And Troyer, good composure there. Had some pressure. Put it into some open space, but still did a nice job of avoiding the pressure from Charlotte. By the way, in the Western Conference standings, they got a good race going on. Seattle Sounders FC 2 with a 1-point lead in the Western Conference standings. LA Galaxy 2 is 1 point behind, as is Sacramento Republic FC. 20 points for the Seattle Sounders FC 2. LA Galaxy 2 and Sacramento Republic FC both have 19. And then you got OKC Energy FC with 18. Orange County Blues FC with 16. And the Austin Aztecs with 16. That's a great race.
It's a pretty tight race in there,
yeah.
And here comes Ownby off to the races.
And Ownby puts on the brakes and rolls it off to Owusu. Owusu looking for a foul, no call. And the turnover, here comes Martinez.
Good opportunity for Charlotte.
Troyer cut him off. Martinez rolls it off to Alvarez. And his shot blocked by Hugh Roberts out of play. It'll be a corner kick. First one of the day, I believe, for the Charlotte Independence. Herrera will take it.
It was a turnover from Fred and the Richmond third that led to that opportunity for Charlotte.
So here's Herrera taking the corner kick for the Charlotte Independence. And Taylor punches that one away. Here's a follow-up attempt. And then Deli cleared it momentarily. Ball controlled by Thompson.
Not out of danger yet, another corner.
Yep, that ball was knocked off of George Davis the fourth.
Good read from Taylor to punch that away, just couldn't get it out of danger. Weren't able to clear it, and here comes Charlotte again.
I believe that was Ribeiro that knocked that off George Davis the fourth to provide Charlotte with another corner kick. Yep, it was Ribeiro. So Herrera will try right in front of the Red Army. They're letting him know where the good restaurants are in Richmond. You don't think so?
Doubt that.
And that ball headed up there by Ribeiro. Troyer flicked it away. We got a whistle, and it'll be a...
Looks like an offside call.
Offside, so Richmond will have the free kick.
Yeah, jump back real quick to that Western Conference race, Mike. I'll tell you, the only team that's the team that's really might be in a little bit of difficult position is Sacramento. Even though they're third place with 19 points, they've played 13 games, and a couple of the other teams have only played 10.
Right.
So Sacramento needs to go on a little bit of a winning streak in order to make sure that they still finish in that top six. But yeah, man, you're talking at every game is building. Even the teams that are just barely out of position, Colorado Springs.
Right.
The legendary Luke Vercoloni from Richmond is playing for them. So they're only 1 point out of it. So.
I think Luke would appreciate you calling him legendary.
Well, he's a good guy.
Oh, he is. Great guy.
He's good people.
Great player. Hey, folks, don't forget all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today at uslsoccer.com. Possession now for the Independents. Winding down this first half with the Kickers on top 2-0. On goals from Jason Yeisley, his fourth of the season in the 3rd minute. And then Deli struck later on in the first half off a feed from Yeisley. Deli's team leading 6 of the season. Here's Slojic for Charlotte, off to Alvarez. Here's Ribeiro. Just taps it over to Duckett. Here's Thompson. And Duckett now looking for Slojic. Tried to sneak behind the defense, headed away by Troyer.
Richmond's got numbers if they hurry.
Here's Owusu. And he's going to try to... Oh, beautiful ball. And that ball was played back to Lish by Jerome. That was a nice ball by Owusu,
yeah,
I thought. Instead of going over the top, he tried to lay a kind of a ground ball, if you will. Here's Ownby as Richmond in possession. There's the ball played to George Davis the fourth. He plays it off now to Owusu, now to Asante. Here's Basso. Flicked it ahead for Asante and Deli. Good ball. There's George Davis the fourth off to Ownby.
A lot of space out there. Troyer on the overlap.
Ownby now takes it to the middle of the field. Off to Owusu. Boy, good movement here from Richmond. George Davis the fourth off to Troyer. Quick into the box, and Lish got a piece of that, I believe.
Oh, because Deli was sitting right there at the door for goal number 3 for Richmond.
All played ahead for Thompson.
Really good read from Lish there.
That was good stuff from Richmond
Yeah,
to
it
create
was.
that opportunity.
Yeah.
Roberts will let that sail over his head and go right to Taylor. Taylor forced to pick up the ball after some pressure from Finley. Taylor boots it away. And Deli kind of whiffed on trying to flick that ahead. Unless he was just trying to dummy it and let Yeisley run onto it, which almost worked. Here's Asante. Off to Owusu. Here's Troyer. Troyer will settle. Good quick pass to Owusu. Trying to lift one, and he did. Just skimmed off the head of Deli and over the end line.
Got the corner out of it.
Yeah.
Boy, Deli just missed by inches.
You know, we've mentioned about Troyer improving each game. I'll tell you what, Owusu is also becoming more and more of a factor with good decision-making in the midfield.
Sure, absolutely. A couple players who weren't on the team last year but have stepped right in. They're every game starters now.
Troyer is really impressed with him defensively.
Well, I said something to Lee before the game about Troyer, and he said, I can't take credit for that. That's Sasha Gares. Sasha found his own replacement in the lineup.
And Troyer has really blossomed here in the last few weeks. There's the corner kick, Owusu, and couldn't get it past the first wave. Alvarez knocked that out, but now Basso into the box, and Lish going up against Roberts.
And that's the first half, I believe. Yeah, it is.
Oh, I thought they just announced stoppage time.
Well, they did, and the ref stopped it.
Well, we've come to the end of the first half. It is Richmond on top, 2-0. Jason Yeisley with his 4th goal of the season early. Matthew Delicott later in the first half, his team leading 6. So Richmond on top, 2-0 at the break. We will step aside. We'll come back, and we'll have more of our coverage of USL soccer. You're watching Richmond Kickers Soccer on the Richmond Kickers YouTube channel from City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. Stay with us. the Columbus Crew of Major League And Soccer.
Yicely!
Stadium in Richmond, Virginia, as we get you ready for the second half of this afternoon's contest. This match between the Richmond Kickers and the Charlotte Indepedence. I think we're looking at some goals here. Kind of hard to see with our monitor.
A little bit of a glare on the screen, but yeah, that's the first goal 2.5 minutes into the game for Richmond. A miscommunication in the back, and Jason Yicely was right there to take advantage of it.
As I mentioned before, Yicely's fourth of the season.
And there's a second one with Yicely beating the defender to the end line and basically walking the ball in and knocking it into Deli for an easy tap-in, make it a 2-0 game for Richmond.
Might be one of the easiest goals Deli's ever gotten in his career. That was a wide open goal staring at him, and he didn't miss. So 2-0 is our score as the Kickers get ready for the second half with the Charlotte Independence. As I mentioned, this is the third meeting between these teams. The third meeting in the of four.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, exactly. Third meeting of four between these two teams. They'll wrap up their regular season series later on this month, June 26th, at Charlotte. And again, they split the first two games with both teams winning at home. Richmond winning 3-0 here at City Stadium, and then Charlotte returning the favor at Charlotte with a 3-0 victory. So what do you expect here in the second half, Mark, from the let's talk about the Independence first of all. They had some moments where really, according to Chaz, our intern, they had pretty good possession, Charlotte.
Yeah, they actually completed 40 more passes than Richmond did. They each completed right around 73% of their passes. It's just that Richmond's were a little more probing, a little more deadly, I guess is the word to use. Charlotte had some good possession. They knocked it around from side to side, but they didn't really weren't able to make that killer pass. Really, their only real opportunity, the half, was when they had the penalty kick, and they missed that. Herrera missed that, clanging it off the post there. But Charlotte hasn't been really dangerous, and it's disappointing because you've got players like Finley, like a Herrera, like a Martinez,
Alvarez. Yeah.
I mean, so there's players out there that can score. I think the thing that really jumped out to me, Mike, is that there really wasn't much of a rhythm at all in that first half.
Yeah.
I mean, neither team really seemed to just do a lot of ebb and flow.
Right.
Like I said, a couple passes here, a couple passes there, and then knock something over the top. I think if you're Richmond, what was very successful was the over-the-top balls to Deli and Yicely and try and make Lish, the goalkeeper, come out and make decisions and try to get to the ball before he does. They were very successful with that. They were keeping that Charlotte Independence back four on their heels. So I think we're going to see a lot of that. If I'm Charlotte, I want to try and play to feet more, not necessarily go over the top. Try to play to feet and try to beat the defenders one-on-one when they can.
Well, there's no doubt that Yicely's size and Deli's size up front has really created some havoc for Richmond on their offensive opportunities. And again, Yicely and Deli both scoring today for Richmond in the right now a 2-0 lead as we get ready for the second half. Mike Neville, Mark Bushman along with you from City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. And Charlotte will have the kickoff to start the second half with Finley at midfield. He's their leading scorer. Richmond's defense has kind of been like a basketball defense in the sense, Mark, they're kind of keeping them on the perimeter, not really letting them penetrate the box too often.
Good analogy there, Michael.
So here is Slojic playing it for Thompson. Now the ball squirts free to number 13, Noonan. And opportunity right here for Martinez. Just outside the box, he went down, no foul. He's screaming for one. And now here's George Davis IV for Richmond. Plays it to Owusu at midfield. He's
got Ownby wide open on the right, and he just missed him.
Yeah, he decided to go to Asante, and Ribeiro read that perfectly.
Yeah, Ownby was all alone coming up the right side. It was just missed him.
Long ball over the top, and Roberts heads that away. And now ball's tapped back to Troyer. Here's Yicely. And now Slojic plays it back off to Jerome. And his pass is intercepted as George Davis IV pounced down that. Here's George Davis IV. Got plenty of real estate to work with. And now Ownby plays it off to Asante. Back to Troyer. Good read that time by George Davis IV. Here's Asante. Ownby looking for a cross. Into the box. And that ball just scooted past Yeisley and then it's cleared away, but Roberts trying to keep the pressure on for Richmond, and they turn it over. Here's Herrera dropping it back as Charlotte regains possession. Just underway with the second half here at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. And Owusu plays it back now to Basso. Let's see. He thought about going back to Taylor, but Finley was kind of lurking there, and I think they made a good decision not to go to him. A good ball, and then is knocked away by Duckett. Going to be a throw in for Richmond. I really thought Basso was going to go back to Taylor, and Finley was kind of just lurking there saying, come on, throw it back to him, throw it back to him. So here's Yeisley to throw it in for Richmond. Yeisley looking for a target. Yeah, it looks like he's moving some signage, so I think he might want to go with it.
Get that free throw. Get that throw in again. All right. I'm okay.
And he does throw it in. Headed up in the air. And Martinez battling for Charlotte. Now the ball played to midfield, and Yambi. And Owusu will try to settle it down. He gets some pressure from Herrera. And Owusu just
nice run there.
Yep, just ran right through the ball. Here's Owusu. Off to Deli. Deli settling. Whiffed on his shot attempt.
I don't think he meant to do that.
No, Duckett took it away from him. And now here's Thompson. And a good run here for Alvarez. Troyer was able to knock that away. Here's Slojic. Off to Jerome. 2-0, Richmond on top. We're in the second half from City Stadium.
And the sun is out.
Yeah, it was nice when it was behind the clouds. And Basso lets that roll over the end line.
Well, there's a break and play. I want to go over some scores from last night in the USL East. 4 games, 4 draws, Mike. St. Louis and Pittsburgh tied at 1. I keep wanting to think that's the NL Central rather than USL East.
The Pirates and Cardinals battled.
Exactly right. New York Red Bulls 2 and Montreal 2. Charleston and Wilmington tied at 1. Again, as you mentioned, Charleston and Richmond have a big date this Wednesday night down in Charleston. And Toronto FC 2 and Harrisburg City, both of them tied at 0 apiece.
Isn't that interesting? All matches yesterday were draws. All right, now it's not a draw. It's a 2-0 lead for Richmond. And the ball played back by Roberts to Taylor in goal. Taylor plays it forward. And Duckett got a head on it. Thompson flicks it. Nice job of finding Martinez. Here's Ribeiro. Ball squirts free to Martinez. Martinez off to Herrera. Herrera trying to get free for a shot. Off to Finley. And it'll be a goal kick. Well defended that time by Troyer.
Yeah, Finley tried to get him around and just couldn't do it.
So a goal kick for Ryan Taylor and the Richmond Kickers. Again, U.S. Open Cup 4th round, Wednesday, June 17th, right here at City Stadium, as the Kickers welcome the Columbus Crew from Major League Soccer. You can get some more information about that by visiting richmondkickers.com, I'm sure. This ball played to Martinez. Roberts, nice job. Tracked him beautifully and then knocked it away from him. It'll be a throw-in, but it was a nice job by Roberts. The throw-in. Ball played back to Slojic. And he's trying to hook up. And the ball went over the end line. It'll be a goal kick. So a goal kick. Trying to hook up with
substitution for Charlotte.
Noonan on that last play.
Carlos Alvarez, number 57, is coming out. And Enzo Martinez. So that's Enzo Martinez is coming on for Alvarez. It's the first substitution we've seen from either side.
So here's Lish.
Enzo Martinez, another guy who brings a wealth of experience to Charlotte. I like the way they say that, wealth of experience.
How do you know about his portfolio? Possession now. Ooh, turnover.
Good opportunity for Charlotte here.
Ball rolled off. Ball played through to Martinez. And his cross attempt bangs off of Robertson out of play to be a corner kick for Charlotte.
It's a good start to the half for Charlotte. They've done it. They've had a couple of nice opportunities so far. I think this is their second corner.
And Herrera will take this once again. And Taylor is able to beat Slojic to that one.
Nice job from Taylor there.
Good decision by the young man.
But like I said, this has been good from Charlotte. They've been putting the pressure on a little bit. Richmond hasn't really been able to establish any possession.
Ball headed forward. And now George Davis, the fourth, battling with Thompson, and now he'll roll it off to Basso.
That's a good ball to Ownby.
Ownby on the run, tracking it down off his leg. Ownby chips it to the middle. It goes right to Slojic. And he'll clear it out of harm's way.
That was a great ball from Basso to spring Ownby, though.
Here's Owusu. Back to Yambi. Here's George Davis, the fourth. Still going. And he's going to take a shot, and I believe that's going to be a corner kick. Yep. Good decision by George Davis, the fourth, to kind of wind up and take that. So the corner kick for Richmond.
Now, Wusu slipped on his last corner, wasn't able to get anything out of it, so.
So here's Owusu's corner kick. And that's handled easily by Lish.
And it went out of bounds as well. He did that. That happened to him the last time he took that.
Yep, that's what it's, as you mentioned, Mark, they're going to have him put it down and kick it away. So the goal kick for Charlotte. Roberts heads that one forward. And Duckett.
That's the problem that gave them that in the first half. That's how Richmond got a goal so early.
Deli almost split Duckett and Jerome and picked that ball up. There's pass for Thompson and misconnection there between Ribeiro and Thompson. And now George Davis, the fourth, will let Basso throw it in. He finds George Davis, the fourth. Off to Owusu. He just lets it go through to Roberts. Here's Troyer. Off to Owusu. Trying to hook up with Troyer on the overlap. Slojic is there. They come together and throw in for the kickers.
Just how quickly Richmond can be dangerous. In 3 passes, they go 60 yards. Had Charlotte on their heels again. Nice overrun by Troyer there.
So here's Geisley. He's got plenty of real estate over on that far side to use for his throw in. And ball punched away by Lish. And then trying to hook up with Finley. He's in a foot race with Yambi. And Yambi just nudges it over to Troyer.
Oh, not a good one there.
And a giveaway on the turnover. Ball's laid off. Here's Thompson. Off to Enzo Martinez. He finds Herrera. Tried to find Thompson. Ball's cleared away. Ball put into the box. And George Davis, the fourth, trying to keep it in play and could not.
Another good opportunity for Charlotte here. Not a good ball from Braden Troy. I think he'd like to have that one back.
Yep. Hey, fans, if you visited the new USLsoccer.com, that's where you can get the latest news and live stats. Plus, you can check out the new social media hub. That's USLsoccer.com. So here's Herrera with the corner kick. Herrera trying to track it down. He slips the pass over. Good hustle by Asante to disrupt that play. And now here's Enzo Martinez tracking it down. Into the box. And Basso flicks at it. And it'll be another corner kick for Charlotte. quickly sets it up. And,
ooh,
boy, that didn't miss by much.
It did not. He was able to get inside of Basso on that one. Can't see who that was. Is that Thompson?
Not sure if it's Thompson or Martinez. Yeah, it is.
Looks like it was Martinez.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was able to get inside.
Martinez,
he was able to get inside of Basso and did not miss that by very much at all. I said Charlotte's had a couple of opportunities here in the second half so far.
It was Deli battling for that 50-50 ball. Ownby got ahead on it and flicks it again right to Deli. Deli battling two players. Thompson flicks it ahead. And now Herrera finds Ribeiro. Herrera lays it off. Now, good stuff here by Charlotte. Here's trying to go over the top, and Yambi read that, but ball squirts free and no foul, as Martinez was looking for a foul on that one. Kind of some anxious moments with the crowd here. They're a little,
it's a little quiet. Seems like everybody's a little late getting back from halftime. It looks like.
There's Troyer, and he'll let that go over the end line for a goal kick. Yeah, a little nervousness in the crowd. You can feel it. A goal kick for Ryan Taylor and the Kickers. In Richmond will be on the road Wednesday night, June the 10th. They'll travel to Charleston to take on the Battery. Back home here on Saturday night. Try to get back in our routine.
And we've had another substitution. Jack Thompson is off for Charlotte. And number 99, Hamid.
And the ball controlled now by, Hamid got a foot on it. There's Martinez. Good run here. Slipping down, and good calmness there by Roberts, but then he had his pocket picked. Good hustle by George Davis the fourth. It'll be a throw in for Charlotte.
And just to be clear on that substitution, Mike, Jack Thompson is a player that is out. Number 99, Draman Hamino is in.
And here's Martinez, and that's knocked away by Roberts. Here's Slojic. And his shot attempt's blocked away and then cleared to midfield where it's tracked down by Jerome.
Richmond's looked a little flat these first 15 minutes. If Charlotte can get something out of this soon, it's going to make for an exciting finish.
Good move by Martinez to the end line. The cross, and again, Roberts got a foot on it, and Owusu will. He's not going to play around with it. He's going to clear it ahead for Ownby. Good decision by Owusu. Ownby trying to hook up with Asante, but that one just.
At the very least, it relieved some of the pressure Richmond's been under.
That squirts over the sideline. Yeah, Richmond will be back home Saturday night. They'll take on Montreal, a team they beat earlier this season in Canada.
Yeah, Richmond's got a really busy schedule coming up.
Yeah.
Today, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday.
Yep. Here's possession now for Himenu. Off to Martinez. I tell you what, Martinez has given them good quality minutes here since he's come in.
Yeah.
Throw in for Richmond. Down the line for Deli. Ball, here's Ownby. Had it taken off his foot. Here's Himenu. Still going. He lays it off now. Charlotte in possession. There's the ball played off to Martinez, the overlap. And into the box it goes.
It's dangerous here.
Yep. Settled down, and there's a pass right to Herrera. And he puts it in. He was left all alone right at the penalty box, right at the where you take the penalty kicks. And he didn't miss with the left foot.
Now, he might have missed the penalty kick earlier, but boy, he wasn't going to miss that one. He had all kinds of time. Well-deserved goal from Charlotte. They've had the pressure since the first minute of the second half there. So we're 17 minutes into it. And Charlotte's just pretty much run the table here. Doing a really, really good job.
That's Herrera's second goal of the season. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists now. And that nervousness now will pop up again in the home crowd. It's now 2-1. Here's Basso. Like you said, it's going to be an interesting. Here's Yeisley coming up with the free ball.
Always good opportunity for Ownby here.
Ownby for Yeisley, and it's knocked away by Jerome. And back comes Martinez for Charlotte. There's the ball played forward, and Taylor will hustle to get to that one. Hey, folks, become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Again, that's USL on Facebook. You can get caught up on all the latest exclusive league news and interactive content. There's the kick. Boy, I'll tell you, Richmond has not had a lot of time of possession on this second half. So throw in for.
They've had a couple of quick counters, and that's really it. They haven't had any sustained possession at all.
Another substitution. Finley, the leading scorer for Charlotte, is coming out.
Caleb Calvert is coming in for him. Got to wonder what Lee Kalishaw's first move is going to be.
Yep. So Caleb Calvert, the forward, is coming in, number 8 for Finley. Yeah, Richmond has not made a sub yet. Sorry, Mark.
Now somebody's getting ready to. Just can't see who it is from here.
So here's pass off. That was played back to Duckett. And Duckett's attempt at a pass for Slojic goes out of play. Throw in for Richmond. Troyer will throw it in. Ball's flicked ahead, and then
it looks like Mike Callahan's going to be the one to come in. That's bringing in a lot of experience there coming off the bench there, Mike.
Here's Basso trying to get around Hemindu.
Good play from Hemindu there.
Yeah, really nice play. Now he'll just drop it off. Ball cleared, and that will be in play. Yeah, I think Yambi. I thought he was going to let that go out of play. Yeah, it is Callahan who will be coming in. Just a matter of maybe Asante, you think?
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be coming in for Asante.
So throw in for Charlotte.
Yeah, just get some fresh legs on there. Get some more organization. Callahan's got lots and lots of experience.
Yep. So Asante will take a seat. Mike Callahan will come in. Throw in for Charlotte. They've sliced their 2-0 deficit in half thanks to Herrera's second goal of the season. And Himinu watched very carefully, and Owusu couldn't keep it in play. To be another throw in for number 13. Noonan gets a return pass. Here's Himinu. Try to get it through. Ball squirted free, and Roberts. Whew.
Anxious minutes again for Richmond.
Here's George Davis, the fourth. Just gave it away to Martinez. Enzo Martinez puts on the brakes, and Owusu comes up with the steal. And Owusu. Down he goes. And foul against Ribeiro, and
I don't think he liked that call.
Well, if he did, he's got a strange way of showing it.
Yeah. It was good from Fred, though, to carry that ball out of there. Just kind of calm things down a little bit for Richmond.
Yeah. Here's Troyer. Troyer playing it ahead. Deli flicks it. Ooh! Almost sprung Yeisley. Ball cleared to midfield. And Ownby got tangled up. Callahan got a foot on it. And now Charlotte with possession. Here's Martinez.
He's got Himanu on the right. Good step up there from Basso.
Yep, here's Owusu. And just a giveaway there. Well, goalkeeper Lish was way out of.
Well, the ball just died. It
Yeah.
looked like it was going to. I don't know if the wind, there was a sudden gust of wind or something, but the ball just died, and everybody was kind of going for it.
There's Troyer watching Alex Martinez. Now here's Slojic. Here's Herrera. Here's Rivero. Rolls it off to Noonan. Here's Himanu. Lots of real estate to work with inside the box. And Yambi just denied his.
Thought Himanu might have been able to have a go there. He had the opportunity. I thought he might wind it up and have a go. He didn't do it.
I don't know if he didn't know he had that much space mark or not, but I thought he was going to let it fly as well. And another unforced turnover there. Richmond is really, Mark, just hanging on here.
Yeah, just look really unorganized. Oh, he's offside.
Yeah. And Herrera's not happy about that call. You're going to have a drop ball here? Or?
The AR said he was offside.
So let's see what they're discussing it. Nope, it is a Richmond free kick. So
Herrera was pleading his case.
yes, he was. He's still pleading his case.
Still pleading.
So Taylor will take this free kick. Yeah, I think Richmond's just got to get some possession here and just knock it around a little bit because they're really disjointed. They're not. They just seem like they're panicking, Mark, when they get the ball.
And when they do get it, they don't seem to be in a rush to try and force the issue.
Right. And that, I think the wind might have caught that ball because it, like I said, Mark, it just died. Here's Troyer. He'll throw it in for the Kickers. Short throw into Ownby. Here's Owusu. Now off to Basso. Basso at midfield. Takes a look. And Lish comes off his line to snare that.
Now Charlotte doing a lot better job of reading that over-the-top ball. Lish has been very active since that disaster in the first couple of minutes. He's done very well. Richmond might need to start trying to play through the feet.
Yeah, this game, even though it's 2-1, I'll tell you, Lish made a couple of big saves in the first half. It could easily be 4 for Richmond, but Lish is, even though he's given up 2, really both goals were not his fault. And Charlotte in possession. Ball squirts free to Alex Martinez. And
Charlotte looking for another penalty there.
Alex Martinez is still down. And we got a foul. They get Yeisley. Yep. Alex Martinez still down in the box.
Oh, the foul's against Yeisley. I thought it was the foul was for Richmond, but no, it was against Richmond.
Yep. I believe that's Alex Martinez. He was looking for a foul. He's still pleading his case. Yep, it is Alex Martinez. There's an Alex Martinez and an Enzo Martinez, both out there. So the free kick. And that one. Oh! That was Duckett who snuck behind the defense and just sent it over the crossbar.
Wow. Dodged the bullet there.
Hey, folks, don't forget, follow at USL on Twitter, where you can become a league insider. You can also join club conversations and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. Again, USL, at USL on Twitter.
This game could easily be 2-2 after that. That just hopped right over the crossbar, and Ryan Taylor's not happy with his defense right now. A lot of open space for those Charlotte players.
Here's Deli getting ahead on it. Callahan trying to run through the ball. Climbing the back of Yeisley, no call. I don't know, I thought they might have been able to blow a whistle on that one because now we got a...
Now there's a problem.
Yeah. Yeisley and Duckett and now Ownby. Let's all just join in. It all started when Jerome went over the back of Yeisley.
Well, the thing about the old Charlotte Eagles team was it was a heated rivalry with Richmond. It was always a good, friendly rivalry, all pats on the back. I don't think this Charlotte Independence Richmond Kickers rivalry is quite as friendly.
The niceties have left.
There seems to be a little bit more dislike among the players. Although the players haven't, that many players have changed.
Right.
Because Herrera's been with Charlotte for a while. And Finley.
And Duckett, right?
Yeah.
Raphael Cox is going to be
coming in for. And Duckett is off, so that is Cox for Duckett. Now, let's see what Lee Calishaw's next move is going to be for Richmond. Will he decide to match that up?
And Charlotte should be just about done with their substitutes, right?
I believe that's 4, yeah.
Yeah. Here's Jambi being hounded by Ribeiro, plays it back to Taylor. Ooh, boy.
Richmond's got numbers, but they've got to force the issue here.
Here's Ownby playing it for George Davis IV, and it just out of play.
They're just out of rhythm. There's just no rhythm. They had a 6v4 there.
Here's Jerome trying to hook up with Calvert. And Taylor with it. Now these next 15 minutes or so are going to be very anxious for Richmond unless they can get a third tally. Give Charlotte credit. They have not folded the tent.
And they could easily have done so.
Yeah, here's George Davis IV. Looking to take a shot. Does. Oh, and Lish smothered that one. George Davis IV probably could have done a little bit better with that, but he did make Lish dive to his right.
Yeah, and when you're in that situation, you got to have a go there at least.
Yeah,
it's a worm burner there, but Lish was able to up to the task.
Mark, he's the only one. Davis so far in the second half that's really decided to kind of take a couple of shots. They've been from distance, but here's Alex Martinez. Hugh Roberts dogging him. And he gets some help from Ownby. It'll be a throw-in. There are some Charlotte supporters over there in that corner.
Yeah, I saw them as they were walking in today.
Here's the cross, and that goes over the goal. It'll be a goal kick. So a goal kick for Richmond.
The official is coming over to tell Ryan Taylor to hurry up or he's going to card him for delay of game. He's thinking Ryan's taking much too long to do all these things. Ryan's saying, I'm just getting the ball.
Right, yep. It slipped out of my hands. I got to track it down. So Taylor with the goal kick. And Deli was able to get a head on it. Here's Roberts. Mark, I would imagine either Deli or Yeisley will be coming out. You don't expect them to play a full 90, do you?
I don't know. At this rate, I don't see anybody else over on Richmond getting ready to come in.
Here's Ownby. Plays it back now to Troyer. And Troyer was forced to send it back.
Good composure from Roberts there.
There's Jambi. This is what we have not seen from Richmond in the second half, this possession game. And, boy.
There's not a lot of options.
Yeah. Callahan trying to
play from Callahan there.
Callahan being hounded by Enzo Martinez.
Good play there.
There's Owusu. And Herrera bowled him over. Poor Owusu. He's ate more dirt today than a dog.
I'm thinking Owusu might be one of the most fouled players in the league because he seems to draw 4 or 5 every game.
I think you're right.
I'd like to see a stat on that.
Hey, don't forget, Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter. That's where you can get all your latest Nike Soccer information.
And then they immediately just
Nike Soccer on Twitter.
And they just immediately just pass it to Charlotte.
Herrera went down. Referee says play on. There's a good ball Into the middle. And just the diving header that time. It was Herrera. He's the one who started this offensive threat.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's 2 that they just missed down. The Duckett one and that one.
And Kalishaw and Fred Owusu are having some words there. Lee's not happy with what Fred's decision-making last several minutes here. He just had that free kick that he drew the foul, and he passed the free kick directly to Charlotte, which led to that counterattack there.
And Yeisley flicks that one over to George Davis IV. And good defense that time. And a whistle. And a foul on George Davis IV.
Yeah, it was a foul.
Yep.
The crowd doesn't think so, but we had a pretty good view of that.
Yeah, we had
a really good angle of that.
Here's Ribeiro off to Jerome. Here's Slojic. Well, this is certainly a different Charlotte team, much more composed, and of course that goal from Herrera has energized them. Here's Jerome. And that ball into the corner. And the whistle saying it went over the end line. So a goal kick.
Coming up on the 79th minute.
Goal kick for Ryan Taylor and the Richmond Kickers. They got 2 first-half goals. Jason Yeisley is 4th of the season. Matthew Delicott, his team leading 6th of the season. They had a 2-0 advantage at the half. But slowly, Charlotte has been pecking away, and they drew within 1 thanks to Jorge Herrera's 2nd goal of the season. That first touch eluded, I believe, Callahan. No, Ownby.
That was Ownby.
Yeah, Ownby.
Ownby's been very quiet today as well.
He really has. You wonder how much of it is that calf.
I think that's what I think that's what it was. I'm not positive.
Right.
He had there was something last week. I thought it was his calf. I've been wrong though.
Something to do with his wheels, right?
Yeah.
And now the throw in for Richmond. Troyer will handle the throw in. And
a corner for
kick.
Richmond.
Slojic let that go out of play, and he thought it was going to be a goal kick. Now the last couple of corner kicks have not been able to generate anything for Richmond. Owusu's kicks are unable to get over the first wall there. You said he slipped on one of them, but
he slipped on one, and 2 of the other ones he put out before they.
That's right.
Came back in.
And Yeisley flicked at it. Here's Callahan. Off to Owusu. And he had his pocket picked. Here's Herrera. Just flicked a little pass ahead. There's Herrera. Boy, he's gotten a lot more involved.
And there's a lot of room here on the right side for Charlotte. He's got Noonan wide open on the right.
And the pass.
Ooh.
Roberts. Boy, that thing hit the turf. I thought that was going to be a shot opportunity, but Roberts was able to clear it just in time. Here's the ball for Deli. And will he get to it? He will.
Lish misread that. He probably should have had it, and he came out halfway and stopped.
I thought he had it. I really did. There's Deli playing it back to George Davis IV. George Davis IV. He's got Yeisley. And Yeisley wasted that opportunity.
They have just been totally out of sync this entire half. Just really have.
Goal kick for the Independence. Again, the third of 4 meetings this season between these two.
It'll be an exciting home stretch run. Mike, got 10 minutes left.
Yeah. I didn't think we'd have a game, Mark, with 10 minutes to go, the way that Charlotte played in the first half and the way that Richmond played, but it's been a total flip here in the second half. Yep. Roberts clears that out of harm's way. Throw in for Charlotte. And here's Martinez, and
a foul on Yeisley.
Yep.
Another opportunity for Charlotte.
He took down Enzo Martinez. So Herrera will tee this up just outside the box. Herrera's got it teed up. And that one is Troyer. It'll be another throw in for Charlotte.
I think it was Fred that knocked that down.
Yeah. Herrera. And there's a shot. Hits the side of the net. Goal kick for Richmond.
I didn't see any indications from Richmond's bench that they're going to bring anybody else on.
Kind of surprised, Mark, with a game coming up on Wednesday at Charleston. You know, you got Deli and Yeisley out there. Looks like they may play the full 90.
Yeah. At that point in the season where it's tougher to manage minutes, you don't have your DC United players, so that's 4 players right there.
Ball flicked ahead, and now running onto it is Callahan. Mike's got some real estate to maneuver. Off to Basso. Quick one touch ahead to George Davis IV. And he tries to hook one right to Lish. Would have liked to have seen them possess that a little bit better.
Yeah, he was hoping to see if he could get Deli or Yeisley over the top, and the ball just kind of sailed on him and went right to Lish.
Slojic now off to Jerome. Noonan lays it off to number 99. Aminu. There's Slojic. Gets a return pass. Has to retreat and go back to his goalkeeper, Lish.
That was good stuff from Troyer there. He makes some reset. Takes about another 30 seconds or so off the clock.
Here's Jerome looking to go over the top. And Troyer got ahead on that. And now Owusu. Here's Callahan. And Slojic stepped in front of that. Can't get the ball down to feet. Ball controlled now by Cox. Here's Cox. Good layoff to Herrera. He gets a shot. And just wide. And
when it was deflected. I didn't see it, but
I didn't think it was deflected, but Herrera sets up the corner kick opportunity for Charlotte. Some more anxious moments.
It's been an anxious half.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's Taylor.
And Taylor punched that one. Oh, and the follow-up. Somehow it stayed out. And there's still anxious moments and a shot off the crossbar. And Owusu clears it. My goodness.
Folks, that happened too fast for us to figure out what happened. I'm sorry.
There's a shot in Owusu. I thought it went out of play. Now there's a chance. Oh, boy,
that's got to be a card when there's a delay in play.
Cox held Yeisley.
There's got to be a yellow card there. It's got to be.
Lee Collishaw is up.
Yeisley was mugged. There it is, I think.
Yeah, they're going to call over Cox.
Yeah, and he didn't have a choice. I mean, Yeisley was off to the races. It was a 2v1, so smart foul. But, Yeisley's so strong, Yeisley's able to fight through the foul and continue the play. But back at the other end, holy cow.
Yeah. Raphael Cox gets carded, but like you said, Mark, he had no other choice.
Now, I just watched Taylor turn around and look at his goalpost. I don't know if he was thanking it or what.
Oh, I'm sure. Here's Callahan. Off to Basso, who settles. Into the box, and Lish. Challenged by Yeisley. I don't know, Mark, I just would rather see Richmond kind of knock it around a little bit more and try to take a little bit more clock.
Yeah. And make Charlotte work a little bit.
Yeah. There's a ball played.
Well, basically, looking at Richmond's bench, there's nobody warming up, so it looks like this is what Richmond's going to end the game with. The 11 that's on the field right now.
Here's Jerome. You can see how Jerome's pushing up to midfield. There is I think, Mark, with the everybody pushing past midfield, that there'll be an opportunity for maybe a breakaway or what they had when, and Jerome again coming over the top as he.
Jerome's had a bit of a rough afternoon, I think, Mike.
So here's Jambi. Hey fans, don't forget all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. And that's what you're watching right now. USL Soccer on YouTube. Here's Cox. Bang that off the back of Deli. Here's Jerome.
We've got about 3 minutes left plus stoppage time.
Here's Jimenu. Cross into the box. Right to Enzo Martinez, and he chips it over the crossbar.
I think Martinez hits that straight the first time he has an opportunity on goal, but he took that extra touch and let the defense recover. The ball went right to him.
Here's Ryan Taylor with a goal kick.
And just when I say it looks like Lee's going to keep his 11 on there, he's got 2 subs on the bench that are coming off now.
There's George Davis, the 4th. Off to Callahan. Here's Owusu back for Callahan. And the ball cleared away by Jerome. Troyer will head it back to his goalkeeper, Ryan Taylor.
Yeah, it looks like Eli Garner and Sasha Garez are going to be coming in for Richmond.
That's not too bad when you go to Sasha Garez to close out a game in the final 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever we have.
It's a good closer.
Yeah. Not sure. I guess they're upset with Taylor hanging on to the ball so long.
He hung on to the ball for about 20 seconds.
And here comes Charlotte again. Here's Enzo Martinez. Good job that time by Jambi to deny Aminu. So Sasha Garez. Deli's coming off.
And looks like Ownby's coming off as well. Yeah, Deli and Ownby coming off for Garner and Garez.
Got a couple of minutes, and then we don't know how much stoppage time will be added. I don't know. What's your prediction? 4 minutes?
I'll go 4.
I'll say 3.
Of course you do.
Well, I got to be different.
You're not going to do 5.
No.
Nobody does 5.
No. So Noonan ready to throw it in for Charlotte. Gets a return pass. Pop that one up. And Garner. Good quick one touch to clear it to midfield. Here's Jerome. Off now to Cox. Raphael Cox back to Jerome. Takes a look. Goes down the sideline for Alex Martinez. It'll be a throw in for Richmond. Oh, I see the number 4, so I think you might be right, Mr. Bushman.
Every once in a while.
Why would I doubt you?
I don't know. You had it right last week, though.
First time in like 100 games. I'm glad we don't bet anything on that. I'd be. And here comes Jimenu. Jambi got a head on that. Ribeiro sends it forward. Here's Cox trying to track it down for Charlotte. Did he save it? He did. Here's Garner. Plays it ahead to Yeisley. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Yeisley lays it off to Eli Garner. Back to Yeisley.
Smart. Just try and hold it in the corner there if you can.
That's what he's going to try to do against Jerome. When the flag's up. Throw in for Charlotte. Ribeiro touches it back to Jerome. Troyer.
Good anticipation from Troyer there.
Rolls it off to Basso. Plays it forward to Sasha Garez. He's got George Davis the 4th. Garez, nice little dribbling. Garez takes a shot and
why not?
Just missed.
Nobody stopped up to stop the ball. I think they thought he was just going to like play it down in the corner, but
yeah, I agree with you. Back comes Enzo Martinez for Charlotte. Roberts gets a head on it. Roberts has played well today.
He really has. He's getting better each week as well.
Here's Ribeiro. It's around Garner. Off to Cox. Back to Ribeiro. Trying to get a pass through. Owusu blocked that attempt. Now it goes off to Enzo Martinez. He takes a shot, and that was
blocked by Yambi.
Yep.
That was a
and
wow.
It'll be a corner kick.
Wow. And that'll be Charlotte's 4th corner kick of the half. And Yambi really took a shot there. That looked like that was on target, Mike.
Here's Herrera. And is it Yambi that's down?
Yeah, it is. I mean, that was a bullet.
So now Richmond will set up their defense on this corner kick. And Owusu.
Herrera would like to have that one back.
He's clearing an attempt. That went off of a Charlotte player, but Herrera's able to keep it in play. Gets good defense that time. Here's Yaisley off to Owusu. And he'll play it ahead to Yaisley. It stays in play. No, it did not. It'll be a throw in for Richmond. I was kind of thought maybe Owusu would get rid of that ball quicker, but it did work out for Richmond because it is a throw in for the Kickers. Basso will take it. Basso going down the line to Yaisley. Yaisley lost possession to Jerome. He'll play it back to Lish. Lish surveying the field. And Yambi skies to win that header. Ball laid off to Owusu. Good ball off to Garez.
So 4v2 now. Is Garez going to push the issue or is he going to drop it in the corner?
Plays it across.
Push the issue to Garner there.
Garner, first touch. Boy, the first touch from Eli Garner.
He had him.
Yeah.
Garez had him.
Great ball. There's Roberts. Ball still in play. Oh, good job by Troyer. Oh, no, they're going to say it's a throw-in. They said the ball did go over the sideline.
Got to be coming up on the last minute or so.
Ball cleared to midfield. Himenu settles. He'll pound it towards the Richmond goal. Ball squirts free. Newnham and Taylor collided. And Taylor,
whoa. And that's the game.
Wow. Right at the end, Taylor collided, I believe, with Garner or Callahan. Callahan, I think. The ball squirted free, but Taylor was able to regroup and get it just as the whistle blew to end this contest. And Enzo Martinez is upset.
Enzo Martinez has been upset since he walked on the field.
Him and Alex Martinez both. So the Richmond Kickers 2-1 is the final. The Kickers posting their 3rd straight win.
And you got to say Charlotte was a bit unlucky there not to get that equalizer. Yeah. They completely dominated the second half, Mike.
Exactly. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll wrap things up from City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia. Once again, your final score, the Richmond Kickers 2, the Charlotte Indepedence 1. Back with a wrap-up in a moment. Stay with us. Things up here at City Stadium in Richmond, Virginia, where the Richmond Kickers posted a 2-1 victory over the Charlotte Indepedence. Their second win in 3 games against the Charlotte Indepedence this season. Mike Neville and Mark Bushman along with you. And Mark, it was a tale of 2 halves. The first half, of course, Richmond comes out with the 2 goals as Jason Yeisley got the first goal as he got his 4th of the season on a little miscommunication between the Charlotte goalkeeper and his defender, the defense, and Yeisley took advantage of that miscue to put Richmond up 1-0. You just saw the first goal from Yeisley, his 4th of the season. Yeisley played a heck of a, especially first half, heck of a game. And then it'll be later in the first half when, again, it was Yeisley creating the opportunity as he was able to get free along the end line and slide a pass over to Matthew Delicott, who knocked it into a wide open net. Deli's 6th of the year. It's the team high 6th of the year. That made it 2-0, and you're thinking they're in control. But as Lee Corso says, not so fast, my friend.
That's exactly right. Well, you know, as poorly as Charlotte started out in the first 20-25 minutes, after that they kind of got their stuff together. A couple of players were really emotional. Everybody settled down a little bit. I thought they had a really, really good second half. They had 14 shots in the second half. 4 of those were actually on net. Richmond only had 6 shots. Charlotte was all over the place. Unlucky not to get that equalizer. Yeah. They hit the post, and Taylor had to come up with a couple of big saves. So, there's no such thing as a moral win, but Charlotte played really well, and they could have gotten run out of this building, and they got together, and it's a good sign of a good team with Richmond not playing their best and still getting the 3 points at home.
Well, you go back to the first half, the missed penalty kick from Herrera that went off the post. Second half, you had Duckett that snuck behind the defense, just chipped it over the goal. Enzo Martinez had an opportunity inside the box. He teed it up and he knocked it over the goal. You had the diving header. I believe that was also Enzo Martinez. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there was, like you say, 3 or 4 quality opportunities for Charlotte to get the tie or maybe even sneak out of here with 3 points. But as it is, it's Richmond getting the victory, and now Richmond has, I believe, 22 points in the Eastern Conference standings with that victory. 22 points with that victory. So a nice win. So now it's on to Charleston for Richmond as they will travel to take on the Battery Wednesday night. Don't forget the U.S. Open Cup game here on Wednesday, June 17th as they take on the Columbus Crew. So on behalf of our production team, Torbor Sports Group, and all of those at the Richmond Kickers, I'm Mike Neville. Once again, the final score from City Stadium. It's Richmond 2, Charlotte 1. So long, everybody, from Richmond, Virginia. Have a great rest of your weekend. making the